Hello, and a warm welcome from the most beautiful island in the world, Cyprus at Peru Place. I am Peru, and we are back in ContractVille, or rather Greek Harbor. To be more specific, in the area of Greek Harbor, and we are planning to do a bit more work around here. We are attempting to establish a small livelihood. Well, actually, for the time being, we are still managing with a few side jobs. Let's see if we can make a bit more advancement today. I notice an additional objective up here. I've been somewhat out of it, took a little break, apologies, but there's been so much happening in the past few weeks on the channel. Yes, I vaguely recall the sold, unsold, and recycled items. I believe we've already disposed of them. I think we discarded them in the trash. Or wait, what do we have over there? Parquet flooring, we might still need that. And we also have some violet paint here, right, in case we need it again. No, then I would say let's go look for a new job right away. Folks, if you like it, right? Don't forget to show some love, okay? Give a thumbs up, ring the bell, feel free to subscribe. I also appreciate a few nice, friendly comments, maybe even some tips and tricks for this game, all right? Feel free to always add it in, let the algorithm dance, we understand each other well. I need to think for a moment. Greetings. Could you kindly provide me with some assistance regarding this particular matter? How do I proceed with reopening the tablet once more? Please hold on for a brief moment, or is this actually the map? This appears to be a marker. Oh no, how do I remove this now? Oh wow, it's starting well again here. I really don't need this at all. It disappears when I go there. Please hold on for just a brief moment, as it doesn't seem to appear that way. Let's proceed by moving the cart forward for a little while longer. It's beginning quite well here, isn't it? So let's step out of the box here for a brief moment, period. Can I take you away? Oh, it has indeed disappeared, okay, but I still haven't solved the mystery of our tablet. I've also changed the controller now, so I must get accustomed to it once again. Please hold on for just a brief moment. This is... Oops. All right, no. So now kindly wait a moment. This is... hold on. This is indeed our tablet, but I need to swiftly switch something over here. So what I wanted to say is I got a new controller, specifically a PlayStation controller. I actually wanted to get an Xbox controller again. For PC, it makes sense because most Steam games are designed for Microsoft controllers. However, here in Cyprus, it feels more like PlayStation territory. You wouldn't believe how challenging it is to find an Xbox controller in a retail store here these days. It's genuinely not accurate. Well, naturally, you are able to connect a PlayStation controller. You just have to live with the fact that the button labels don't always quite match. We have to muddle through a bit, especially with racing games and things like that. I desire to have somewhat more precise control, and we will be engaging in hunting once again soon, and it simply had to be this way. So that is just for clarification. So if I occasionally flounder around a bit here, don't be surprised. Therefore, we already possess it. Is this yet another new assignment from Jamie? Traces of the Rain. Greetings, it's me, Jamie. Mr. Douglas is my father-in-law. This is all quite a family affair, as you may have noticed. My father spoke of him after they helped him with the guest room in his house. Due to the recent rainfall, the windows on the north side of my house are in very poor condition. As a result, water has seeped into my daughter's room and some furniture has been damaged. Since they're already here, could they also replace the desk and the door? This desk is her favorite piece of furniture in the house, so it has to be the same. So the new one must match the old one exactly. A modern-looking what? A modern-looking pet wouldn't be bad either. Certainly, please ensure not to overlook placing the new set of keys in the mailbox. I will contemplate it. Certainly, let's proceed and accept this. We have an assignment here for today. Indeed, a route has been identified, and I appreciate that. Let's embark on our aerial vehicle here. I am hopeful that we can switch the mode of transportation following the assignment. Indeed, this whole tipping situation, it's certainly not beneficial for my nerves, not in the slightest. All right, here we commence our journey. He is driving rather far to the right over here, this individual. What exactly is happening? Great, a city with wrong-way drivers. Do you actually get a ticket here for speeding? Well, I haven't gotten one so far. I haven't figured it out. Honestly, I haven't tried. Whenever you hear the engine noise, you consistently think that the car is on the verge of falling apart. No joke. That should undoubtedly be everything. There is presently a container positioned directly in front of us, so I would suggest that we undertake a more thorough examination of the situation here initially. As previously mentioned, there is the container, and here we have storage spaces once again, which suggests that we will probably have to clear out multiple times here once more. Oh, well, it seems like this place has certainly been through quite a bit, hasn't it? Oh dear, all right, let's proceed to take a look inside here. What exactly needs replacing here? The sofa, shelf, radiator, and was there a door issue too? Well, that definitely needs replacing, right? I would certainly say so. Let's continue to look around for the time being. Then this window here, it doesn't look fresh either. Why isn't it being displayed here? This is how it shows the design goal here. As I previously mentioned, I need to reacquaint myself with the PlayStation controller once more, yet it brings back memories of the past in terms of gameplay experience. It's making me a little emotional. Next room. Certainly, so we will require several windows. Why is it that only the radiator is displayed here? However, that's merely for design purposes. All right, then let's proceed to the upper level. Misery on 2 different floors. Oh, wonderful. Well, it still appears to be in good condition here, so I don't notice any visible damage. Indeed, I can observe that there are no assignments in this particular room, precisely. Oh, there is certainly labor to be accomplished here. Oh my goodness, indeed, the ornamental trim and the baseboards. First, destroy the existing one with a demolition tool, and then bring the new ones you bought at the hardware store, with the packages in your hands. Oh my goodness, well, let's see what this will be. All right, let's continue. Certainly, in this area, we are nearly able to substitute all of the furnishings, which is quite impressive, Mr. Woodpecker. What additional items do we have present here? This genuinely seems to be the side that was quite significantly affected. Yes, here we have the window once again. All right, let's continue onward. The very last door in this area, is it intended to be positioned like that? Well, it appears to be pushed in somewhat unusually, the window. That seems all right. The restroom appears to be in satisfactory condition. So, at this point, we should have thoroughly checked all the rooms, correct? Yes, the doors are currently open, so I've already been inside. Does it extend further back here? No. Do we still maintain everything in this particular location? No. There is absolutely nothing existing here. Why have we not entered yet? Oh, indeed, we absolutely need to replace that. I'm contemplating whether we ought to commence dismantling these items immediately. I think I need the screwdriver, right? Wait a minute, or the drill in this case. So where is it here? Well, it can't get any smaller here, can it? As I mentioned, I'm trying to do this task with the controller today. Let's see how well we progress. I'm not sure if it's meant to be a console version, as it's also designed to work with a controller. Well, I could imagine that if it doesn't already exist, it's at least in the planning stages. Just a brief moment ago, there was that indication regarding packing, and the screw is indeed somewhat loose. The screw is indeed somewhat loose. There's none up there, correct? No? Why am I unable to package the window, or is it absolutely necessary for me to put down the screwdriver? Hold on for just a moment. Let's certainly free up our hands, as I need my hands to be completely unoccupied. Certainly, all right. So then, is it permissible for me to position it down here? No, everyone, is it genuinely the case that I am solely permitted to set down the items that I've acquired here? I would have considered it quite logical if one were able to utilize this pallet for both purposes. Initially, to unload and subsequently to load it once more. That would have been an action, in my opinion. Can I put it here for now? No, am I not capable of doing that, or what? Kindly hold on for just a brief moment, as that doesn't even fit properly on my vehicle. Oh dear, now I've gone ahead and unpacked it as well, and things are acting quite unpredictably at the moment. I departed, even though there was absolutely nothing present there. All right, let's see if I can put it down here now. Yes, indeed, I meant that would have surprised me too. Sorry, friends, but as I said, I need to get back into some things first. Let's address the door right away. It's the task that requires the most effort so we can get it done and out of the way. Here, we have a total of 4 delightful screws for each hinge. Alright, this is somewhat complex at the moment. Didn't we have a Zoom meeting or something akin to that? No, that wasn't the situation. Now I've reattached the other one securely. Please come in here. So, alright, we have it now. Yes, this appears somewhat improved here, doesn't it? A bit nearer to the subject and one additional. Therefore, we probably need to free our hands once more. Yes, indeed. Then we've already succeeded in clearing all of these hindrances from our path. What has been removed isn't blocking us, is it? So, above everything else, we will also immediately observe where we need to resume our work or where we need to incorporate something new. Therefore, I believe we must initially remove that. I think we can leave this here, right? So, since the curtains still appear to be in quite good condition, don't they? Why should we waste anything here? All right, let's proceed onward. It's rather amusing to experiment and tinker around. Just a brief piece of information. I unintentionally left my eyeglasses at the office earlier today. Today I have to look a bit more closely and for longer at smaller things, so don't be surprised, friends. So that fits. So there are 4 pieces left. Wait a minute. Is there anything else up there? No, I do not think so. Well, theoretically, we ought to be capable of packing the outstanding piece. Let's examine it more closely. Yes, that is indeed quite splendid. Why am I spinning here? I truly did absolutely nothing whatsoever. I earnestly assure you, this will not cause me any trouble in any way. We must maintain a vigilant watch on the entire situation with the Bluetooth controller right here. Therefore, let us proceed, as it could potentially become catastrophic during intricate tasks if, unexpectedly, the beloved cursor decides to wander wherever it pleases. This is not favorable at all. Therefore, with the drill, let us proceed further. Fortunately, he is required to turn it just a single time. Oh, now I understand. I overlooked something. We also need to lower the blinds, otherwise we will be unable to access all the remaining screws. Assistance is certainly essential, so let us move forward to successfully accomplish this task then. Indeed, precisely. That is not entirely obstructing the path, correct? Certainly. Let us proceed with making use of the screwdriver. Why are you positioned so high up, everyone? I'm still in the process of stretching as well. Therefore, that should indeed encompass each and every one of them comprehensively. Let us take a closer examination. Yes, indeed, it is genuinely progressing quite well up to this point, aside from my occasional minor slip-ups every now and then. Everything is in order here, right? Yes, everything looks good. So we had already checked the other windows. Here we have removed the window and everything fits well. Therefore, my subsequent room. Indeed, the window has already been removed from there as well. Excellent. Now we arrive at the problematic floor here. Sure, let's tackle the tough case here. Which direction should we go? Indeed, we will need to engage in some extensive shopping here, correct? With the colleagues here, that will be quite a big shopping trip. I don't think I can naturally remember everything I need, like how many doors I need, a window frame, and so on. At this particular moment in time, let us focus our attention towards this specific door right over here, indeed, and additionally on this other one as well. Certainly, I am slowly reacquainting myself with it once again, yet I can never seem to fully recall the layout of the entire house. Every so often, I find myself aimlessly wandering around without any direction, and I sincerely apologize for that. Certainly, we shall need to march up and down several more times, since there is quite a significant amount to dismantle or pack up here. Well, that particular thing you can simply disregard it, as it's completely done for. Perhaps you should also take a closer examination of what remains usable here and what does not. There's the desk, the renowned desk. It must be precisely the same one. Well, all right. Oh, we've advanced to a higher level, which I believe is absolutely wonderful because we will be able to acquire some additional skill points in the near future. But what a lovely location, incredibly idyllic, wouldn't you agree? Wherever you are, even indoors, you can hear birds chirping beautifully, very idyllic. Absolutely impeccable. A perfect location for families, I would undoubtedly proclaim. As I already contemplate the task of transporting all these possessions back up here, oh my goodness, but what can one genuinely do? Supposedly in the future, there will be NPC staff members considering it is now a fully developed version. I am uncertain to what degree they will provide assistance to us, and I am quite intrigued about that, but until then, we must manage it on our own. I sincerely hope they will also offer us help with moving or similar tasks. Clearing out apartments and houses, particularly for more extensive projects, because otherwise you'll find yourself running around frantically, isn't that right? Regrettably, it is not possible to carry all the packages or even two or three simultaneously, which is somewhat disappointing. Therefore, we must certainly remove the curtains once more, and now we have managed to create a little more space. Absolutely impeccable, absolutely impeccable. That's exactly how I cherish it. I genuinely cherish it when a strategy unfolds flawlessly. So let's proceed to transport all these belongings with us. Yes, the rest can remain down there. It doesn't bother me. We need to organize here regardless. We'll continue to engage in this in real time, so to speak. I won't make alterations unless it's absolutely essential, so you can comprehend how long a task genuinely takes. And I don't wish to hide from you when I completely mess up sometimes. That's part of the process, too. So we commence our subsequent round. We've already examined the carpet and the bed. That's satisfactory. Everything still appears decent here. Well, it doesn't appear aesthetically pleasing, but it's still intact, so why not? Then we'll remove the window here, and then we're finished with this room. It's obviously different if you're playing it entirely with a controller, but I don't perceive it as that bad. Occasionally, even on these small points, you can manage quite effectively With the old controller, you could forget it. It wouldn't have functioned, to be honest. But with the appropriate controller, it proceeds swiftly. I believe that was one of the last larger tasks, although we still have a few windows to remove. I think one or two doors, if I observed correctly, will need to verify. The broken items, I'll dispose of them in the trash with the recycling. I first need to ascertain where all the items are and if it's worthwhile because, honestly, call me a lazy individual, but driving back and forth after all this running around is a bit excessive for me, to be honest. Apologies, friends, I'll forgo the few dollars bonus, we'll handle it later. So, what do we have here? The wardrobe appears good. Here we have curtains once more, which I find amusing. The curtain and all that stuff didn't get broken or damaged. They're perfectly fine. It surprises me somewhat because if something breaks, everything should, right? Especially, how did the water manage to get up here? That's the question. Downstairs, there's almost no damage, but here on the first floor, we have the most severe water damage at the windows. Hello, how high did the water rise up to the roof? All right, so as I previously mentioned, it isn't entirely logical. At least it doesn't completely make sense to me. But oh well. It's a job. We require the money. We need the experience points, and we'll do anything for that. Well, nearly everything. Might still be a small package. Good to know. So today, there's already mileage allowance for the episode. You can't make this stuff up. So I think everything was okay here, right? Let's take a quick look here again. Absolutely, however, I am of the opinion that there might still be something present in the subsequent room, correct? We have just removed the window. Now let's take another closer look here. No, this appears to be fine, but there was something concerning the trim, the moldings. We need to check the trim again soon to see where these trims are. It appears to be satisfactory as well. Indeed, it furthermore mentions here that there is no particular sequence. Let me in. Are they currently experiencing an attack? Hold on for a moment. The progress in the bedroom is at 18, purchase furniture, sideboard, and so on. I unfortunately have to go now. Can I do that? Yeah, no, I can't mess around with the controls here anymore. I was interested in seeing if I could swiftly transition to the window view located here on the left side, but scrolling does not appear to function properly. Well, as far as I am concerned, I would say that concludes it, correct? Indeed, now we need a detailed plan. What order should we follow for shopping? What seems logical? Typically, I would initially mention, well, windows and doors, as that would serve as a good starting point. Yes, it will still happen from time to time. I will make mistakes here, friends. We truly need to successfully accomplish this specific task right here. Hey! So here we are. It's nice that he's already showing us this here. However, I actually didn't want to see the map here, but rather to say hello. Zach, I was hoping to ascertain precisely what items we need to acquire. Consequently, we necessitate visits to both the hardware store and the furniture store. As I previously mentioned, we will initially visit the hardware store. We require 4 double-sized windows, a half window, and 1 singular interior door. What about these baseboards and moldings? I have not seen them. Where exactly are they located? I am a little bit right now. I have not observed those damaged moldings either. So since we still have the outer door, that's clear. We need a box, baseboards, and moldings here. Folks, we need to take a quick look again. It can't be helped. It can't be helped. It's getting dark again. The days pass by too quickly here. So this is not intended to be poetic or anything akin to that, but I perceive the duration of a day to be rather brief. We initiated the game relatively early in the day, and now it has transitioned to nighttime once more. What exactly is happening here? So let's take a look now. The moldings appear to be in superb condition in this location, or is there a possibility that they might be located in a completely different room? I am actually concentrating specifically on the bars located at the top and bottom in this area. Please do not worry, as they all appear to be in excellent condition. So, it appears that absolutely nothing seems to be appearing in this particular area, correct? Is it down? Can it be? It seems to be rather enigmatic in this particular bathroom area, doesn't it? No, there absolutely needs to be a window in that location. That should be clearly visible in the tasks. Place the window. For instance, there is this situation. I really need to pay closer attention to the window here, but I find it quite silly if we leave and don't have the necessary things with us. And what is currently bothering me somewhat is that I have absolutely no idea how I'm able to scroll on the left side of this particular window. I am simply going to presume that he demonstrates the items that need to be cleared out at the top, hopefully, and subsequently organizes downwards what needs to be purchased. So, I suppose you are aware there is absolutely nothing present here. What exactly is he doing with these baseboards and ceiling moldings? And what is he doing with these baseboards and ceiling moldings by just placing windows in this location? Yes, there's nothing here either. What about these strips? So, I've been silent for a little while. We truly need to begin again at some point. Look at the hardware store. I am unable to entirely envision it in its entirety, but everyone, let us move forward and give it an attempt, shall we? So, the engine is now activated and the lights are fully illuminated. Wow, for such a compact object, that is indeed quite an impressive light, is it not? Therefore, I believe, hold on for a brief moment, it ought to be near the front at this point, correct? In any case, let's take a look. It certainly cannot hurt if we uncover a few new locations here. Assuming that our container here does not topple over once more. Speaking of the box, a quick glance at the speedometer here. Yes, we are within the speed limit. We still possess a sufficient quantity of fuel remaining. Indeed, it is approximately 2/3 full, but it might be prudent to start considering refueling once the task is completed. I cannot continue conversing, everyone. What we need to discuss about refueling. I think this is the hardware store, and that one is the furniture store.
Let's take a look now. So this particular location right here is the hardware store, but it should indeed be the home improvement store, and over here should be Nativo Furniture, specifically furniture, all right? So folks, let's take a quick look at the shopping list. No, we did not wish for that. Someday I'll learn how to use this tablet here. Therefore, we require the double window type to be utilized 4 times and the half-sized one a single time. So it's double 4 times, half 1 time. Let's see. Where precisely do we possess the high-quality windows? Yes, a half-sized window. So it was indeed 4 double-sized ones, followed by a singular one, correct? They did not even clearly specify which particular one. Certainly. Let's proceed, as we desire to have a pleasant and expansive view, so let's select this excellent piece here 4 times. It is not inexpensive to reside here. Why 5? I mentioned 4, not 5. Indeed, we possess an extra one, and I am feeling quite rejuvenated and excellent in this place, as you can observe. So here we possess the straightforward window. Oh my goodness, please. The controller's functionality could undoubtedly benefit from a slight bit of enhancement. I genuinely wouldn't mind that at all. Certainly, let us continue onward. Just a moment, just a moment. Where exactly are the partial windows now? That is rather straightforward, and I apologize for the oversight. Oh, I must return to it. As I previously mentioned, we have not interacted with it for a number of days, and I apologize once again. So, at this moment, I simply need to swiftly determine how I consistently find myself on this particular thing here, desiring to establish a marker. Oh my goodness, let us conduct a more comprehensive examination. Window style, double pane window, half pane window. Is it genuinely just a singular one? I believed we had removed more from that location. In any case, then we shall proceed by taking the door once, with one individual positioned inside, and another stationed outside each. As he mentioned, they have the potential to be somewhat more contemporary. Yes, let's see what the colleague has to offer, right? So staircases, 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 windows, and everything is present here, everything. Could you please kindly inform me about the specific locations of the doors? Wide double door. Here is a single door located outside, and a single door situated inside. Let's proceed towards the single door that is inside. Let's remove that now. It's just in the way during the search operation. It's only confusing. So this seems to be quite sleek and elegant in appearance here. What precisely is it? An exterior door. Indeed, it looks excellent. We shall take it along with a single door that is located inside, which is wonderful. Remove the exterior ones once more. What type of arches are these precisely? Surely no one genuinely intends to incorporate those into a structure. I sincerely hope that is not the situation, as that would indeed be somewhat peculiar. All right, I'll select this particular one here, as it appears somewhat neutral. Then I'll select one of these, Y2. Oh, because the default quantity is always set to 1. That's a bit peculiar. The default quantity is set to 1. For me, the default would actually be 0, because if you click here once, you already have 2 items. I think they could have resolved that more effectively. I can't hit the field, can you believe that? So, bam! Alright, we already have a substantial amount in the cart. Then let's promptly grab it before we forget. Using cash? Alright, cash truly rules the world. I believe we should initially verify if we can successfully fit everything into the vehicle. What is happening at this moment? I wonder why nothing is moving here. Let us examine the quantity we presently have in our possession, because, for example, I continue to lean against the window, contemplating what we can successfully manage to fit up here from all these various items. Let us thoroughly examine this, as there is absolutely nothing here to disturb my delicate nerves. The yellow sections signify the windows, and the grey areas have essentially transformed into red. The doors are completely white. For instance, I find the exterior door to be quite satisfactory, as they have incorporated a bit of a color coding system here. I believe it's quite impressive because it allows you to comprehend it immediately without needing to read it every single time. Ah, no, that is all. This is the exterior entrance door. What is the rationale behind having two exterior entrance doors? Oh, I accidentally pressed the button twice, but it's not an issue. Let's choose a window here instead. Is there more possible? No, I don't think so. Try it. No, that's all right. Indeed, that is yet another considerable disadvantage of the tricycle vehicle. It does not possess sufficient space, naturally, for loading, unloading, and other related activities. Hey, why did I choose to get off now, everyone? I'm just really tired today. All right, let's go. Although, based on experience, the chaotic episodes are always the most beautiful, you never know what will happen next. Now I just need to find my little house again. I think it was left at the next intersection. Indeed, we are already able to observe our construction site indicated on the GPS. Therefore, I would strongly recommend that we primarily focus on addressing the windows and doors initially. As previously mentioned, it is absolutely essential to ensure that no hooligans break in and steal all the valuables, as that would be entirely unacceptable. Indeed, we will attend to the other matters subsequently. I appreciate the short distance. Gradually, it is beginning to feel like it once more. Here we have an exterior door, so let's transition to unpacking mode. Yes, it is already nicely positioned, almost, isn't it? Certainly, it is indeed beautiful, truly beautiful. I really appreciate the door. It is quite nice and offers something distinct immediately. All right, let's examine further. Where exactly is the interior door located? Let's select that particular one. Oh no, please hold on. Halt, those are the outdated garments. I completely misinformed you, my apologies, but the beneficial aspect is I am indeed capable of extracting him from in between here, which I find to be quite advantageous. I believe I still require to firmly secure this particular item in its designated place, but initially I wish to insert the second one, and subsequently we shall ensure this item is fastened by screwing it in. Unpack it meticulously here once more. All right. Yes, we can already observe the screws gleaming with a golden hue once again, which indicates that the old man needs to retrieve the drill once more. Or perhaps. At the moment we lack a drill, so we are undertaking all tasks manually. It is crucial to continue in this manner to prevent any mishaps and the possibility of having to compensate for damages, which I would prefer to avoid dealing with. Therefore, we shall proceed with caution and patience, even if it proves to be somewhat inconvenient. After a certain amount of time with the screw turning, I have to admit, I get a little impatient. So we've already completed a partial goal, which I think is good. Certainly, I would recommend that we just continue with the task we have before us. If everything is advancing smoothly, then let's sustain our momentum. Now, we have these windows here, and I realize I need to free up my hands once again. Indeed, I would suggest that we work our way from the bottom to the top, as we already have the initial window here. Following that, we shall thoroughly install everything completely, along with the sophisticated curtains or blinds, depending on what they have. Therefore, onward we shall proceed, and voila, as immaculate as new is genuinely equivalent to being brand new. Certainly, let's move forward, but of course, we must still secure those in place with a positive attitude, as there is indeed a considerable amount of work ahead of us. Therefore, here we have the subsequent expansive window, and it should be the ultimate larger window in this vicinity, which indicates that we will indeed initiate the procedure of screwing once again. Certainly, yet it's quite cost-effective, thank goodness. Very economically designed here with the connecting screws. Only 4 pieces are incorporated. I am genuinely not much of a handyman, absolutely not. However, I believe you might indeed require a few additional screws. Thus, another segment of the objective is accomplished, since that was essentially everything there was to address in the bedroom. Didn't we have something situated here as well? Yes, I believe we still have the window blinds lying around. Let's quickly install those. Indeed, once it starts moving, it really gains momentum, doesn't it? So, let's proceed to unpack and position everything. Marvelous. It's firmly set, stable, and has a bit of room. I believe that's everything down here, correct? Correct. Indeed, I understand. It's precisely as I anticipated, correct? Therefore, we will need to visit here at least once more. Fortunately, the hardware store or furniture store is conveniently located right next door. We are already quite well acquainted with the route. Consequently, it does not necessitate a substantial amount of time to gather the items together. Indeed, somehow the colors do not align at all. But who exactly am I? It's not really my place, and I don't have to reside in there, thank goodness. There's still a window missing here. Yes, we've already completed some partial goals because in some rooms, it's actually just the window frame that needs to be done. I must not forget to screw them all in. I consistently attempt to steer clear of it, yet you simply cannot. It does not assist. We need to initiate the process of unscrewing here shortly and repair all of the windows. Let's start with this one now. I have a feeling I didn't secure the last window either. No, I didn't secure it. Certainly. Please wait for just a short moment. Let's proceed with this specific task one step at a time. We need to get a bit of order into the whole thing now. Greetings. I completely understand. Truly, the screwdriver is extraordinarily tight. We just need to check next door if the lower screw is visible. I've done the upper one, but honestly, I didn't pay attention just now. But we need to check that, because otherwise we've installed everything, including the curtains, and wonder why the job isn't completed. That's not so great, right? All right, so let's proceed and take a more comprehensive examination, shall we? Peru, gentlemen, kindly exercise caution, everyone. Certainly individuals who lack the capacity to listen attentively must inevitably face the consequences. A cherished word starting with N again. Thus, a concise interim conclusion concerning the PlayStation controller. It functions excellently within this game. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. We had previously secured it and completed all necessary tasks, yet we haven't reinstated the items here yet. The curtains, blinds, or whatever else, we will naturally take care of all of those things right here. So, that's exactly how it should be. This is also the room where later, or no, it was here, right? Yes, exactly. The new desk also needs to go in there, so let's check again. Better safe than sorry, right? I don't trust myself today. That means, for now, I'll take another look at the loading area, but we must have all the windows installed. As I said, not all of them are screwed in yet. The small half window needs to go in here. Didn't we already take that along with us, the smaller half window? We had precisely secured that in place, and it fits perfectly, you see? Right over there. Exactly the same. That was precisely the initial instance where I promptly neglected to properly secure everything within this location. I believed that was the case. Fortunately, I double-checked, but please pardon me. We haven't engaged with it for quite a while, and I am aware that my dear colleague Pat, the mole, consistently enjoys observing it. Hello to my esteemed colleague. Feel free to check out his channel and my other friends' channels too. I've linked them for you in the video description. You are aware that offering support is certainly not a crime, and they truly appreciate it immensely. Indeed, I could theoretically complete the mission at this point. Naturally, we don't wish to make it overly simple for ourselves, particularly given that there is evidently a greater financial reward the more thoroughly we fulfill the contract here. That's quite clear. So, I meant, do you know what's irritating me right now? I meant that well, it will still be somewhere on the loading area in front of the hardware store because I'm still missing half the window here, right? For the restroom facilities. Well, all right, let's take a more detailed look. And we need to get rid of the pacifiers here. That will definitely be the next goal. What is going on with these drivers here? They all must have won their driver's license in a lottery. How far are they driving to the right over the center line? Criminally life-threatening. Almost as perilous as my cherished little bag. Indeed, this compact container presents a legitimate threat to the public, quite frankly. Indeed, there are certainly windows and a door situated around here, if I observe that accurately. Indeed, there's another exterior door here. What's its purpose, anyway? Well, in the event of uncertainty, I can keep it at my residence. It's not an issue. Therefore, let us swiftly open the hatch that is located on the ramp right here, as it significantly enhances the loading process more effectively. Indeed, this container is nearly filled to capacity once more. I would suggest that for today, we complete the loading process and proceed with the installation, and then we will be nearly finished for the day. Consequently, Zachary. Afterward, we can concentrate exclusively on the furniture, either immediately or in the subsequent episode. This will naturally necessitate a bit more time with the shopping, transporting, and then, of course, arranging everything beautifully, right? Hopefully, our interior design abilities will emerge a little more prominently. Naturally, he has to live in such a narrow side street here. It was quite predictable. So, and here it finally arrives, the subsequent shipment. This should really proceed swiftly here now. Yes, let's proceed with the windows immediately. Let's move forward. And I think this time I'll actually do it all at once. Yes, I indeed have the correct item now. There ought to be a half window included as well. So that is already incorporated. That is already incorporated. Where was it situated now? Or are those already the little ones? I'm currently somewhat ahead of schedule, and I've purchased an excessive number of windows, everyone. What exactly is happening here? I am indeed damaging to business, especially for myself. So let's see. Yes, I would say the same. Wrong window type here. Let's put this down for now. I need to check the window type. Are they all packed the same way? That would be silly. Hold on. Therefore, let's position this item approximately within this specific vicinity for now. Let's examine it more thoroughly. It is a standard window type 5 featuring double glazing. We need just half, everyone. It's a disaster. Do I now have only stuff with me that's completely unnecessary? Well, oh my goodness, I am feeling quite overwhelmed at this specific moment. Oh my goodness, indeed, I do believe I made a slight mistake. I think we should keep that stuff with us for the time being, and then we'll need to dispose of it separately, wouldn't you agree? Let's put it this way. Look, then we'll do it like this. Then the boy will finally get a box of sleep. He can definitely use it. At this specific moment in time, I truly need to navigate my way back to my residence, but we ought to be able to handle that. Simply follow the delightful aroma. So the path to owning a home, I believe, will still be a very long one here. So, if I understood correctly, you can later, of course, buy a piece of land and build your own little house. Start off a bit modest and later on make it a bit bigger. Hello, what exactly transpired here? I just had a collision with a tree at this spot. Hello, could you kindly come to a stop? What exactly is happening over there? My controller was malfunctioning once more. Quite peculiar. Nevertheless, we managed to arrive safely, my friends. That was the start of our third mission. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please show some love. You know how it works. No need to explain further right now. First of all, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join us next time. Goodbye.